During the recent cold snap, services like Shelter House and the Care Bus played a key role in protecting people from extreme temperatures. But with the shelter now in the midst of a COVID-19 outbreak, officials there are trying to walk the tightrope of protecting their clients from the cold as well as the pandemic. Kurt Black reports.
Officials at the Shelter House confirmed on Wednesday that one more individual at the facility has tested positive for COVID-19. That brings the total cases to 5, with another 15 people currently in isolation. And Shelter House Executive Director Michelle Jordan expects more cases to arise before the situation is back under control.
With this variant, we know that it tends to spread like wildfire, so we're expecting to see more cases from the numbers that originated.
Through contract tracing, it is believed the virus entered the shelter last week with one of their clients. A room inside the shelter is now being used as an isolation area for anyone experiencing symptoms. This is the second COVID outbreak at the shelter since the beginning of the pandemic, but whereas last outbreak was during the summer, this one comes during one of the coldest weeks of the winter so far, a time when the less fortunate really need shelter from the conditions, making for an even more dire situation.
You know, the last time we had the outbreak, the weather was much warmer and we had overflow spaces for people. We're not that lucky this time, and we don't have extra staff that we can draw from at the isolation center like we did last year. So it's a different situation. It's very cold. We don't want to leave people outside. That is a bigger risk right now than COVID.
Meanwhile, the care bus run by Northwest Community Health Centers for the vulnerable population has been very busy during the most recent cold stretch. The bus provided health and social supports to over 1,200 individuals in its first month back on the streets. Taking it a step further, care bus staff have begun doing more to combat the rise of Omicron by offering vaccination clinics to the clients on board.
Knowing that vaccination is still a really important part of trying to keep people safe, as we've actually implemented vaccination clinics on the bus. And part of that as well that comes with that is educating individuals about why the importance of vaccination and wearing your personal protective equipment and supplying them with those resources.
To this point, over 40 clients have received vaccinations through the Care Bus initiative. Kurt Black, TBT News.